All right, since I'm on a roll with finishing up some late projects here, I thought I'd bring you in on this one. Uh, Started on this a couple years ago before we moved to this new location. Picked this up at the Dayton swap meet. That's actually coming up in another week or so. Hope we'll see some of you guys there. Anyhow, I have a couple tables. Bought this for $50, and when I seen it, I couldn't. A lot of people probably won't recognize this plane. It was, I do believe in RCM or model aviation or model airplane news, back in the late 80s, 88, 89 comes to mind. It was called a Mistress Quickly. It was actually a free plan in there. It was on one page. The plans were on one page, and the construction article was on a couple others. With a few photos. Me and Dad built one back in the I want to say mid 90s, 94, 95, something like that, when we kind of stumbled upon it after receiving some free plans. That one made its maiden flight, but shortly after its maiden flight had some radio problems and it succumbed to a crash. Was never able to be fully rebuilt. It nosed in pretty hard from pretty high up. So anyways, I built another one a couple of years later. I flew the hell out of that one for quite a few years. I don't quite remember what happened to that one. I don't remember if I crashed it or if I sold it or what actually ended up coming of it. So anyways, fast forward to 2 years ago, I'm at the Dayton swap meet and I see this thing laying in the corner. Pretty sad looking. Yes, it was pink. And I seen it and I knew exactly what it was. The guy that had it didn't know what it was. He tried to fly it. This is a 60 size plane. It was built to be a test bed, to test radios and different engines is what the original designer. I don't even remember the guy's name anymore. But anyhow, I seen it and I had to have it. It had an LA-40 on it, believe it or not. The guy did attempt to try to fly it with the LA-40, said it performed very badly. It didn't have enough power to even get out of its own way. I was actually surprised he even got it off the ground with an LA-40. He flew it once and landed it with no problems and didn't like it, so he decided to sell it at the swap meet, and that's where I come in. Now, the covering wasn't terribly bad in here. You can see some remnants of it on here on the wing. The tail is actually, the rudder and tail fin is actually the original to how I bought it. I kind of like the bullet holes on it, so I decided to leave it. And to give you an idea of when this plane probably was built, there you go, close up of this sticker here, 1992. 1992 is what that says. 1992 AMA member. So I don't know if that was put on it when it was first flown or what. Possibilities are probably pretty good. So I posted this up on the Balsa Nation, and everybody commented on how ugly this plane was. The landing gear way too tall. The pink was faded. It had if I can find it, I'll post I'll show you guys a picture of this thing when I first got it. I don't have no video of it. So anyways, my granddaughter obviously instantly fell in love with it, but I knew I could make this thing look better because now whoever built this did a very ugly job of building it. They didn't round any corners. They didn't, I mean, here's the original ailerons, yellow, yeah, on the bottom, or on the top, and then pink on the bottom. And I mean, they just slapped these things on here. Look how massively thick these ailerons are. Yeah, they just tapered the edges. I shake my head at these. These are actually a little on the small side. I do believe they're supposed to be like 2 inches wide is what the original instructions say, which unfortunately are long gone. I'm also, one of the other key features is the tail like this. It's kind of capish style. It does get removed. It gets bolted down. It's all plywood fuselage sides. I do believe it's balsa top and bottom. I guess we could, looking there. Yep, lost the top and bottom. There's no formers hardly in this thing. It's braced up with some sticks. And but I thought I'd try some different techniques for covering, so I decided to do a curved checkerboard pattern on it. I think I'm going to do the same on the wing. I'll kind of show you on that how I do that. So anyways, I'm going to be powering this with an Irvine 61 or an Irvine 60, one of my favorite engines. It did come, one of the bonus of this plane is it did come with brand new 3000 4-Futaba servos in it. It did have a single aileron servo. I opted to convert this over to dual just because of how big the wing is on it. Do plan on keeping this and flying this for some time. I'm not sure what happened to the hatch, so I'll probably have to make a new hatch. And so anyways, I got some work, a little bit of work ahead of me, and we've little bit of things that I've done to it. The firewall had I don't know if you can see that in there or not. Yeah, there you go. See all them dowel rods in there? That's all the holes that was in this thing. I didn't really want to cut the firewall off and replace it, so because the fuselage comes out past here and this gets sandwiched in there, you can kind of see that a little bit, and it ties it all together. So what you do there is if you buy a used plane and you're changing the motor mount, or if it's had several holes put in it because it's had several motors mounted to it, an easy thing to do is just grab yourself some 1/4-inch dowel rod and a 1/4-inch drill bit, drill all your holes out to 1/4-inch, and just CA those holes in there. And you can see where, like, some of them were real close together. I want to get the camera, and I mean, this thing's been, hacked up pretty good over the years. Hopefully not anymore. So I put my side mount of Irvine 61 on there. We'll once again we'll address the landing gear issues on there. I just found the landing gear legs. And this thing sat, I mean, it was like, I don't know how it was tall. You could probably have put a 20-inch prop on this and cleared it. cleared the runaway. I mean, it was way up there. So anyways, where we're at right now is obviously the fuselage has been recovered. I'm going to stay with pink. I'm going to go with pink on the wings also, and the ailerons. I'm not going to really change the colors up too much. So I'm going to do the black and purple checkerboard like on the elevator. I'm going to do that on the wing. Probably going to leave the fuse pretty much the way it is right now. I'm not going to do anything different there. I've already got dual aileron servos in here. You can see how I made my mounts. Just gonna probably have to knock the balsa wood off the top of the ribs here on each side, I think is where I was at. And I'm going to sheet over this, but the servo is going to remain open. The only reason why I would sheet over this bay is so that way I could get covering right up to it and have it stay. So that's all that's going to be for. Made some holes in the wing there for wires to come through. I epoxied in my spruce mounts, and I got tri-stock in the bottom. So I think what we'll do now is, I've covered enough on this. I'm going to get the wing covered. Well, actually, I think I'm going to start on the aileron. So I think we'll get over to the balsa bin. I'll get over there and see what I got, and see if we can make some new ailerons that taper instead of the blocks that he had on this thing. So maybe it'll fly a little cleaner. I don't know, might go a little wider than 2 inches. This thing's not really this is just a nice flying plane. I mean, it's not quick, it's not it's not lumbering, but it's just a nice flying plane. It's not meant to really do any kind of snap rolls or anything like that. Like I said, it's a test bed. The only reason why I have this is because Well, I ain't seen another one in a long time. I don't have the plans anymore to make a new one. I probably wouldn't build another one from scratch again, just because it's another sport plane, but that's my taste. So anyhow, we'll get some ailerons made up here, get the swing covered, and maybe I don't know if I'll get on the final assembly yet tonight or not. So I'll cut back when I'm ready to start filming on the ailerons. Alright, well, I have decided that I don't have any aileron in stock, so I'm going to make some. So what I got going on here is my bandsaw. As soon as what did I do with my tape measure? It's like as soon as I get going here, I just had it. No, there it is. And I'm going to go ahead and make the aileron stock 2 inches wide. I'm pretty sure that it'd be plenty. So I'm gonna take this. This is 3-inch, 1/2 inch. I'm going to set this up as a fence. So I end up with some 2-inch. And all I do here is I measure on either side of the blade. I got a piece of 2x4 here. It doesn't have to be, in my opinion, you don't have to be super straight when you're doing stuff like that, like I'm doing here. Got to clamp over here, clamp it down to the table. Then I got my stock here. Just making out the bandsaw really nice. Now I haven't tried this on this thing before, but I think we will. Well, no, I can't say that I haven't done it before, but I want to bevel these things. Just a regular wood clamp. Take that off for the time being. And this thing. And I don't know if this has got enough reach to be 2 inches or not. Let's see. Oh yeah, plenty. This is what I'm going to angle my table. And I need to make a mark on this. No, there was a pen or a pen. Marker. That's 1/2 inch. Basically, I want to take this down I want to taper this, and that's a lot of material to sand. So I'm going to use my saw, and I guess I can get you in here. Let's see how this works. I know you're not. See if I can get you a straight line shot here. Sorry about that. Anyways, you can see I can put an angle on this and I can rough it in. That looks, You can see that. See what I'm saying? It looks pretty close. And we'll do that on both sides. Okay. Double check this. Want a little bit left over at the bottom. Don't want to take it. I want to, you know, 1/16 of an inch straight line down the center would be nice. And this is how I did the elevator, because those are new too. And this needs to be straight. I like that. Okay. So let's straighten this thing out. Gotta run you right over here. And it's just a tiny bit off. That's good. I mean, I didn't move that much at all. And seeing its straightness is, I mean, I can see them off just a little bit. There we go. And I should have another clamp over here. I think it'll, oh, you know what? I don't think it's going to clear. We'll make it work. Now, do you need one of these to do this? Oh, heck no, you don't. So if you're just starting out, you don't have something like this, I mean, surely, you know, you could sand this taper in. It's just going to take you a little longer, that's all. Yep, that looks good. Heck, I got more 1/2 inch if I need it. And it's nice like this. You want to go slow. You want to watch your fingers. Try to keep it tight. See that board? Listen up. A little bit of pressure this way, trying to not get my finger. I'm recording. Oh, sorry about that, folks. My wife was hungry and it was time to go eat. So, let's continue where we were at. how it ended up. Like I said, this is just a rough and cut. You can kind of see the angle in there. Then I'll go and do the same to the other side, because once we flip it over and do the other side, the angle's going to change. See how even they are. Pretty darn close. Start back with our original piece. And now we need to do the other side. And that's going to require a little bit more angle on the table. And we might even need to and what do we got going on here? What's it? Oh, get some crap out of the way here. These days will get all moved in. So this is the thick end. That looks pretty good to me, but we're going to have to move the 2x4 in a little, or out a little bit. I think I'll just do something like that. I was kind of using the lines on the table to eyeball that real quick, and then basically setting it up the same. Now see, I moved it way too much because I want to try to take as long of a cut as I can, or wide. Split the distance here. There. We got too much angle. Or is that that's the wrong damn side? Ugh. It's easy to get confused. I think we'll run with that. Check it with our triangle here. Yeah. Yeah, that could be a lot better. Not quite right yet. See, we're only taking, you can see here, you can see that line right there. That's where the bandsaw's blades land. It ain't taking the full cut. And we're also too thick up here. I mean, we're getting there. You can kind of see what I'm doing here. How this is going. So, anyways, I'm going to do some more adjusting here. I think I'll bring the 2x4 in just a little closer here yet. I mean, I'm kind of splitting hairs here, but not really. That looks a little better yet. It still ain't quite enough. So I think we'll make that disappear right there. That's much better. It's just a smidge a bit off. Like it's just a little too proud. So let's do the old tappity tap tap and do that bar in a little bit. You're trying to get it to where it just rides right on the edge of that bottom of that piece of balsa wood. Probably being a little too picky here, but and I think we need a little more angle. Just a tad. Not much. There. Let's try that. Yeah. Okay. Let's get this other one shut up so we're straight. Got something to push against. You see how I'm doing this? I'm going right on the edge because I can't go upside down because the clamp's too long. The right way, I guess. try this again. See, that's a lot wider. And now we got kind of a proper angle going on there. I wonder what it would do if I flipped it around. Yeah, way too much. We'd be sending it up pretty good. I think I'm going to leave it right like that. Like I said, I am just trying to get a roughing pass here. And did I just screw up? Where's my other? Well, now I didn't do a pass on this. See what happens when the wife interrupts you? So let's see what happens with our current setup. It should be a triangle. See, it's too much. I don't remember what Gregorian was at. Was it 5? That looks about right. It's just the sport plane. It ain't like it's gonna affect it that much. I think I would have loosened that up enough. I think I was about there. Maybe 10. Yep, that'll work. Oh, moved. There you go. I like that. Good thing we're just screwing around here a little bit. I think what's going on is I didn't do that right. Yeah. I'm not quite right on. this table screwing with me. Down here and see it cut right on the aileron. Like I said before, we're going to have to, end up final fanning this anyways. I don't know if you can hear me over this handsaw. That looks a lot better. Let's get set up with this other cut now. And not like that. Like I said like I was saying when this thing was going, I'm like, huh. I ain't gonna run with it. This is just rough anyways. I'm gonna have to final fan. Get the finish look right. Oh, that don't look right. Excuse me. And the amount of dust it creates is crazy, but it's better than sanding it. I think I'm going to leave it. For some reason. I don't know. Let's see. Let's put a bigger angle on it. It's almost like it's too narrow. Oh. So damn weird what it's doing. I'm gonna go with my instinct and grab some sandpaper. Okay. That's not too bad right there. I'm gonna grab my block. This just got 60 grit on it. Nothing fancy. It's my 1/4 inch. You've seen me use this before. I'm not even pushing. I'm gonna put a little angle into it. And let the sandpaper do the work. Once I get some angle in it, you can see the angle start. I might have taken a bit too big of a bite on that first half. My nose is running. That don't look too terribly bad. You can see the taper I put in it. It ain't much, just a little bit. There's still a little, not quite there for thickness, but that's as thick as I had, was 1/2 inch. Like I said, I ain't pushing, I'm just letting the sandpaper do the work. This is where a long sanding bar comes in. Now, I got this 1/4 inch aluminum a long time ago from a store from Fastenal, and somebody had ordered it, and he never came and picked it up. And this thing was 8 feet long, 3 inches wide, and 1/4 inch thick. I thought, I need that in my life. I didn't know what for at the time. So I bought it and sat around, and then I was like, man, that'd make a nice sanding apparatus. So I made my short one. It's around here somewhere. I don't hardly use it anymore. Then I made this one, and then I took the remaining and I made my long one for covering Monaco, because it holds a straight edge, straight line very well. All right, you can see, not bad for sport plane. And so what I'm going to do here, get you guys in a little closer. Like I said, that's a little proud. It's a little, the wing is just a tad thick there. So I need to add some material here. So I think I'll go over to the ball cement over here. Right there. I'm sure you guys just love watching yourself on TV. Anyways, I'm going to grab some ice stock here. Not way too thick. Let's see if I can find some. What else? That's not bad. I wonder if that lines up with our spar. Get you in here kind of close. So, what's this look like? Pretty close. Okay. So instead of losing more material here and making my ailerons shorter, you're probably wondering what I'm doing here. Remember this guy? That's Carl Goldberg edge finder. Take it like this. Okay. I showed you guys this before. This is for doing hinges. Take it, you turn it. It's got a little nub in the center there. And you score it. You might be able to eyeball this. But this will get you right there every time. And then you can mark like so. And you can see that on both sides. Bring it around. I like this pen. Gives you the center of that. And then we're going to transfer this. And we're just going to eyeball that. That's what we're going to end up with. See? You can see how much material I got on both sides of that. I'm just going to line that point up with that mark. Okay? And then I'm going to glue it on. Wherever my glue went. Well, I got thin. I don't want thin. Alright, who hid my glue? Well, there's my knife I was looking for earlier. Huh. Well, I'll be a falling around. I could have as much as I was beating on this table earlier. Oh, there it is. Of course, an obvious spot on the billing table. But they say you end up spending most of your time looking for the stuff you need. See if it's got a... Oh, this ain't gonna take much glue. Now you gotta work a little quick here. Let's see how we did. Oh, good. No, terrible. Come on. I don't know why it did that. I must be warped bowed a little bit. There we go. There we go. We're straightening it out and we're putting a taper on it. There we go. That's why I don't use instant. Because now you ain't got to sand the bevel on. And you just added a, like, ½ inch, ¼ inch. It ain't going to make that big of a difference. Yeah, 3/16, something like that. We'll build them up. You can kind of see where I'm going with this. So we build them up like that. I do this quite a bit. I try stock to the leading because then you don't have to sand your tapers in. You can. This is kind of cheating a little bit, but this is the joys of scratch building. You know, you don't have to always follow the kit guidelines. And, you know, you can do things how you want. So anyways, I'm going to stop this video here. You can kind of see where I'm going with that. And then the next step in this will be, you know, fitting this to the wing. And then sanding this down to the thickness. Because remember how I said that this is just a little thicker than what our wing is? Well, we'll have to sand this down. And then I'll bevel this into here. And that'll make it just a little smoother. You know, it ain't much, but it's how I usually build ailerons on you know, on sport planes and stuff. I mean, and it adds, you know, a tremendous amount of rigidity to this thing, especially as long as it's going to be. So 45, you get lots of deflection. You don't have to sand as much, and it adds strength. So that's a win for everybody. So, anyways, there's a aileron tutorial, I guess, if you will. And so I'll get that. I'm probably gonna call it quits for the night, anyways. And anyways, tomorrow I think we'll get going on this wing. I need to figure out how I'm gonna get glue joints on or get sheeting on the underneath where the ribs are or where the servos are at. That'll be the next thing, and then covering. And then on to, once again, final assembly. Fuel tank, got a motor for it. Motor mounts around here somewhere. I don't even think I drilled it for the Irvine yet. And we can get another airplane in the air. So, anyways, we will talk to you later.